One thing I like about our text is the way it talks about rhetoric as being situational, specific to a particular culture, specific to a particular audience, and specific to a particular time period. And this is especially true for ethos and pathos. What counts as character and as an admirable character trait will vary according to culture, audience, and time. And what we find moving, if we're appealing to emotions, will vary according to different characters, audiences, and times. The essay extends this situational understanding of rhetoric to the history of rhetoric itself. At different times and in different cultural circumstances, rhetoric has been understood differently. And so I think one of the best things we can get out of this essay is not just an understanding of ethos, pathos, and logos, but also the situational aspect of any idea and of any field. That rather than some unbroken continuity and unchanging set of practices that stretches back from today to the Greeks, always a suspect move. Any set of practices in any tradition to say, well, this stretches back to the origins of X, that immediately ought to raise some red flags for us when we are thinking about logical analysis. It's like, well, who constructed this tradition? Whose story is this telling? Who's the protagonist of this story? Who is positioned as the inheritors of this marvelous tradition? And who is portrayed as being suspect or a pretender to or an interloper or an unwelcome guest in this marvelous tradition that just happens to culminate with us, with the people we want to celebrate. We're the true heirs of Plato and Aristotle. Don't pay attention to so-and-so, or, how dare they defile the name of this grand tradition that we have just conveniently set up for ourselves that culminates in our glorious self. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm going to leave you to the essay.